Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, Accidental Beauty. If you're new, welcome. My name's Laura. I'm a self-taught makeup enthusiast and I post videos about once a week, mainly about makeup, and sometimes I expand into other beauty related topics. And today I've got some breaking news about Juvia'S place. I don't know if this is common knowledge or not. It definitely wasn't common knowledge for me. I did not see any announcement from Juvia'S place whatsoever about this, which I have a serious problem with. I'll just come out and say it. Juvia'S place is discontinuing the Tribe palette and the Douce palette. These are some of their biggest sellers and some of their most popular palettes, and I have no fucking clue why they're discontinuing them. Especially the Tribe palette is my absolute favorite, one of my absolute favorite palettes from them. I absolutely love the color scheme, and I have been waiting for probably a couple months now for them to restock it. I missed the last restock, and I was hoping that the next restock would come pretty soon. And then I was absolutely gutted to hear that they were just discontinuing this palette, like, completely. Like, what the hell, man? So, okay, how did I find out about this? So, let's backtrack a little bit. When I was wanting to purchase the Tribe palette, and as I mentioned, I didn't pick it up during the last restock because I was I'm a little tight on cash, especially because of everything happening with the pandemic. So, I was thinking about it, and then I wasn't sure if I needed it and how much would I use it, because I already have a green eyeshadow palette. I have the Melt Gemini palette, and I've got a couple other greens in my collection. I don't have a ton though, and I do want to add more greens to my collection because green is one of my favorite eyeshadow colors. I've been wanting to buy the Tribe palette for a long time. Palettes take up a lot of space and I don't have a ton of storage space. So I'm kind of trying to be a bit more mindful about my purchases. I decided I wanted to pick up the Tribe palette, but it had been out of stock for probably a few weeks at this point. This was back in beginning of July. So I emailed Juvia'S place customer service. Well, first of all, I put myself on the email when Tribe palette comes back in stock, something along those lines. And then the Tribe palette just disappeared completely from their site. And I was like, that's odd. So I emailed customer service and I just asked them, here, I'll just put up my email on screen. But basically I asked them when they thought the palette would come back in stock. A couple days later, I got sort of a generic, it looked like a copy and paste response from them. So I'll put up their email on screen. But basically they said, don't worry, it's going to be back in stock soon and stay tuned. Just, follow us on our socials to be the first to know about restocks and whatnot. So I was like, okay, that was like a not answer, but whatever. I'll keep watching their social media. So I've been doing that for a few weeks now. And then they put up an announcement that their Wahala palette, which is their newest palette, was going to be restocked. I went immediately to the comments, and the first comment I saw was asking when the Tribe and Douce palettes would be back in stock. And then Juvia'S place just nested in the comments responds to that person saying, oh, actually those palettes were discontinued. Huh? Since when? When did you make an announcement about this? How are your consumers supposed to know that two of the most beloved palettes of yours are out of stock if you don't tell them? And literally nested within comments, someone had to ask, and then the brand responded way down in the comments, oh yeah, by the way, P.S., we discontinue those. That is not a way to run a business. I don't understand. As of right now, I'm filming this July 28th. As of right now, the Tribe palette is in stock on the Beauty Bay website. They're a UK-based approved reseller of a lot of makeup products, not just Juvia'S place ones. Basically providing a lot of American brands and other, international brands to the UK, but they do ship all over the world as far as I know. I've ordered from them once, and I haven't had any problems with them. I actually ended up ordering the Tribe palette off of them and willingly paid the $7 Canadian shipping because I fucking want that palette. Unfortunately, as of right now, the Douce palette is out of stock on their site. And then as far as other approved resellers, I see that Ulta has the Tribe palette, and do they have the Douce palette as well? Yeah, so it looks like right now Ulta just has the Tribe palette. It's actually It's $10, and I feel like that's a sale price because I feel like normally it's about $20. The Douce is up on Juvia'S Place's website, but it is out of stock. So they haven't completely removed it yet. I don't know where else in the world you can pick up these palettes aside from buying from resellers, but then you risk potentially getting a counterfeit one. So yeah, there's always that risk when you're buying from like not approved or not like authorized resellers. You're just buying from individuals. I have seen on eBay and other sites like that, I think, you know, people sell it on like Poshmark or buy and sell groups on Facebook. But unfortunately, there aren't a whole lot of places to get these palettes if you weren't able to snag them initially. Now, I've heard two people talk about one or both of these palettes being discontinued, but I think that was just speculation on their part. I'm not 100% sure. I did watch a couple YouTube videos. If I can find them, I'll link their channels up in the corner over here so you can watch their videos. Basically, they duped one or both of the palettes that I mentioned based on the shades that they have in their collection. I will also be doing some research and trying to find some dupes in case you aren't able to pick up these palettes and you want the type of colors that are in them. I started compiling the list. I didn't have a chance to finish it before filming this video. By the time this video goes up, hopefully I'll have finished the list and I'll put it either in the description box or I'll put it in a pinned comment in the comment section below. So look out for that if you're interested. I don't know what's going on with Juvia'S Place management and not their customer service team. Well, I guess kind of their customer service and the way that they share information about their palettes. Like, I don't know what is going on with them. You can't just be like, okay, for example, I'm a supermarket and I'm selling 3 different kinds of bread. Like, let's say I sell rye bread, white bread, and pumpernickel. And I just decide one day, you know what? I don't feel like selling rye bread anymore, but I'm not going to tell my loyal customers. I'm just going to take it off the shelves one day and not tell anyone and hope no one notices. That's what I feel like Juvia'S Place is doing. Like, oh, if we just like remove the Tribe palette and the Douce palette, 2 of our most popular palettes, I don't think anyone will notice. It'll be fine. We all noticed. So there was speculation because I've been looking for weeks and weeks about like any information about the Tribe palette because that was the one that I wanted to buy. And I was looking to see like, did they make an announcement that I missed, or was there some sort of information out there? So initially, when it went out of stock, like right after the restock that I missed, it seemed to be out of stock for a while, like before they actually removed it from their website. There's some speculation on Reddit that some of their raw materials were being sourced from overseas, whether that's China or somewhere else, because of everything being shut down or delayed, heavily delayed due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Their production schedule was way, way behind, so that's why it wasn't in stock. And I'm hoping that maybe they just aren't able to source the materials that they need for some reason, those 2 particular palettes, either because they sell out super quick or because they use special pigments or something like that. I'm trying to be optimistic about the whole situation, and I'm hoping it's just a matter of Juvia'S Place not having enough of their normal supplies to produce their palettes, specifically those 2 palettes. And once everyone's production schedule is able to kind of go back to some degree of normal, I'm hoping that those 2 palettes will come back in stock permanently, and I'm hoping this is just sort of a little hiccup in their production schedule. Like, that's the only reason why I can think of them not actually putting out a formal statement that they're trying to be optimistic and saying basically they're temporarily taken off the site, but once things go back to normal, they'll be added back onto the site, and they hope that people wouldn't have noticed. Like, literally, that's my only theory. I don't know why else they would have done that, unless they're just like, I don't want to like be mean, but like maybe they're just really bad at communication. Like, why else would a company do something like that? It just seems very odd, especially because they have a decent sized, pretty loyal customer base, and people love those palettes. Like, I see so many videos reviewing them and doing looks with them and whatnot. Why would you just completely discontinue them? Like, it just kind of makes me think, okay, it's one thing if it takes a bit of time for a product to be removed from their website, if they work with an external web designer, web developer who isn't part of their like normal office, and then they kind of have to like, they basically call on them as needed. They sort of work for them in a freelance capacity. Kind of makes sense if there's like a bit of a delay in products being added or removed. Oh, maybe not added, but removed from the site. But it's another thing to do it on your own social media, because obviously they've got someone who's running their social media accounts regularly. Like they post on Instagram fairly regularly, and adding or removing items from their, what's it called? Shopping tab. I feel like it should be pretty easy unless it's directly linked to their website, in which case, never mind. I'm pretty sure you add that on the Instagram end of things, so it shouldn't be too difficult for them to remove it. Like, I'm just thinking it's very misleading for them to still have the Douce palette A up on their site and B up on their sort of Instagram shopping tab if it was actually being completely discontinued, and especially the fact that it's out of stock on their site. So that's why I'm thinking maybe it's just temporarily discontinued until they can ramp up production once they get whatever materials or whatever it is that they need. I literally don't know. So I guess to sum up, I'm just really disappointed in Juvia'S Place for having such a not response about these palettes being discontinued, especially because I can't be the only one who asked them through their customer service email what is going on with the palette. And I'm kind of tempted to email them again and ask, but like there's no point if they already made a statement about it. Their customer service response was such a not personalized, very like copy and paste. It almost sounded like a robot kind of response. So I feel like there isn't really a point in asking them again about it, since clearly they don't care enough to make an actual announcement on their social media or their website or whatnot. I'm disappointed in their lack of communication. The fact that they don't seem to care that these are two palettes that their customer base loves and would have loved to have known if they were being discontinued, because I'm sure people would have stocked up either to buy a backup palette or just to try out those palettes if they were thinking about it, such as myself. Once I finish filming, I'm gonna finish the list of dupes that I've been trying to compile and hopefully include those by the time this video goes up. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Let me know in the comments section below if you've tried either of the palettes that I mentioned, if you were successful in buying a backup of them or whatnot, what you think about this whole situation with Juvia'S Place. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comment section below. If you enjoy my videos and want to see more, please subscribe to my channel and turn on notifications so you'll get an update every time I upload a new video. If you like the type of content, if the type of looks that I post on my channel, I'm sure you'll enjoy the content that I post on my other social media platforms. I've got links below for all my social media accounts. Pretty much a lot of the looks that I do on this channel, I'll post the photos that I take after on my Instagram. I'll do maybe a little clip on my TikTok, so on and so forth. So it would really, really help me out if you could follow me there as well. I'm trying to grow my presence across all the platforms that I'm on, so it would really, really help me out if you could give me a follow. It would help get me more exposure to a wider audience, so it would really mean a lot to me. Oh, and I am most likely going to be posting the tutorial for this look on my IGTV, so stay tuned for that, and I'll see you in my next video.